Jasmine Gold TV, someone got shot. What happened?
Mass shooting in Kentucky State. A mass shooting.
Another one.
Frankfurt shoots at least multiple people injured.
Well, we have some breaking news to tell you about right now at 4. There is a report of a shooting on the Kentucky State University campus right now. And Governor Andy Beshear just posted on social media confirming those reports, saying, quote, "We are aware of a reported shooting at Kentucky State University in Frankfurt. At this time, we are aware of some injuries.
Was this like a vendetta?
Nobody got killed.
As it becomes available, law enforcement are on scene, and a suspect has been arrested. Let's pray for all those affected." The university itself did post a message saying a shooting occurred on campus and asked students to avoid the South Campus residence halls.
That's not good.
WHS 11 is working to gather more information right now about what happened, and we will update you here on air. And
Cat Potato on Twitch says, "Let me guess, it's a white dude again." Okay, I have a question. Real question, though. Real question for you, Cat Potato. I'm just curious. So is it okay then when a store gets robbed to say, "Let me guess, it's a black dude again"? I'm just curious. Do you think that's okay to say?
On our mobile app.
I'm honestly okay with either. I'm okay. I mean, the news always says it's the white's fault. Yeah, they do. You're not wrong.
That's fucking weird.
Which is like, it's just funny because I've heard people say that. I've heard people say, "Let me guess, it's a white male again." Well, okay. Well, are you okay with saying that about other things? Because I'm okay with that. If you want to be a little consistent with that, honestly, I'm fine with it because that's the facts, right? So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with facts, right? But I just find it funny that people.
Man, like, that's very weird. And HBCU, every white person in Kentucky knows not to go there. 8% are enrolled or even white. I mean, I don't know what the fuck this is. Let me see here.
Fox News alert, there's been a shooting at Kentucky State University. Multiple sources saying people were hurt. Multiple people. The campus is on lockdown until further notice. Governor Andy Beshear announcing on X, law enforcement is...
Wow. Okay, well, that's pretty fucking crazy. I don't even know what else to say. And where the fuck did this go? We're a shooting. This is a shooting that happened right here. Multiple injured, suspect in custody. Man.
And again, I have no problem with either. I have no problem with saying, let's not talk about that. Let's not like go into like a racial thing. Like, let's not go into that. Like, I'm fine with that. But I'm also fine with like, them's the facts, right? I'm okay with either way. I just find it really. What I find disgusting is when it's applied unevenly. That's when I think it's disgusting.
I wonder what happened. We know who it is, maybe, right? Why is it universities so often?
Yeah, the double standard of it, exactly.
It's actually a really simple answer. The reason why it's universities so often is because it's young men so often. And where do young men go? They go to universities. So that's the big reason why it happens. It's because they don't have anywhere else to go or anything else to do. So,
well, the other thing, to be honest, is if you were going to fuck up a place, there was two things. You would fuck up a place that number one. Number two, you would go somewhere where there's no opposition. And there's no opposition on schools because they have laws where these areas are gun-free zones. So they're basically, if you go in there PvP flagged, then no one else is going to PvP you, basically. So it's kind of like it's free for these people. They can enact their reign of terror for a much longer period of time. Whereas, like, if you did this in like a shopping mall, like in Texas, you would just get shot.
They want to go and do that. I mean, that's actually, there is soft targets. Yeah, gun-free zone.
You'd have like 10 people pulling guns out on you in Texas, and you'd be fucking dead.
So, I mean, I think it's a lot more than that. I think that really, if you look at places where young men congregate, that's where violence is going to happen. It's because young men are violent. That's the reason. It's actually that fucking simple. Like, yeah, it's that simple. Yeah. How long do you think before Reddit and Twitter make this political?
That is true too. Is that there is a factor of aggression with young men, and that's typically tempered by culture and morality and religion. And we have stripped those things from a lot of people, so they lean into their animalistic instincts. And that's kind of the theme, I think, of the last decade, is just fuck culture, fuck the ideals, and return to monkey. That's been basically the last 10 years of history, I think.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like a lot of shootings, like the reason why a lot of shootings happen and all kinds of crazy shit happens is just because some people are fucking nuts, right? Since when is 2 people a mass shooting? I mean, who cares if it's a mass shooting or a shooting? It's a shooting and it's bad. People getting shot, it's bad. So I don't know what else to say. 15 armed guys there, you really believe they'd make it through the parking lot? I don't know. If guns make people uncomfortable, they're needed to stop these people. Here's the truth. If you let people come in and there's not like security checks, it's very easy for a person to come in with a concealed weapon and to at least shoot 4 or 5 people.
Yes.
Like, I mean, shootings happen on army bases. So this entire idea that, well, maybe if we just put more guys with guns in the building, it's going to somehow make it stop happening. And so the truth is, like...
Well, I mean, he's kind of not wrong because, okay, so if a person... So the unfortunate fact of life is that bad people always have the initiative. They always have the sneak attack. They always have the surprise round, basically, right? So there's really nothing you can do except for perception. Perception is the only... It's just, guys, it's literally like tabletop. They roll their stealth roll, they roll their deception roll, and you have to roll your perception roll and your insight roll against their stealth and deception. And if you fail, then they're gonna shoot a couple people before you. And if you pass your roll, then you do get a turn in the first round, and that's basically it. But the thing is you having a turn in the first round doesn't do anything if you're not armed in the first place. You're always going to be at a deficit when it comes to initiative against villains, basically. That being said, if other people had guns in the area, it would minimize their ability to do more damage. They are going to get the initial damage for sure, and there's nothing you can do about that unless you do a fully secured area, which we just really can't do. Societally, it'd be too expensive.
If you let people have guns, you are going to have shootings. And I'm not saying that you should have a police officer at like middle schools and high schools and elementary schools. I'm not saying you shouldn't, but what I'm saying is that there is no like silver bullet solution to make stuff like this stop happening.
Yes.
That's the point that I'm really trying to get at. Like this kind of stuff happening is basically fucking inevitable.
Yes.
Like if you give people access to things that can kill other people, they're going to kill each other. That's what's going to happen.
That's anything, by the way. That's it's acid, bombs, cars, screwdriver, pencil, like any of these things. Yeah.
And there are also other forms of like agitators for that. So like, for example, if you have a bunch of people and nobody, no, it's not. I think it is. I think that whenever you have, there are a lot of examples of this. Whenever you have people that have no fucking money, you have people that there's like a huge mental health crisis in the country. Mm-hmm. Guns are easy to get. Mental health services are very minimal. The amount of people that are committing crimes, they're kind of like, red flags. And then they, how many times has the FBI, after somebody popped off, they said, oh, yeah. Oh, Kyle? Yeah. He's been talking about blowing up the school for 3 years now. Yeah, we know about it. Yeah, we gave him the idea, for sure. And we gave him the gun. And no, really, every time, basically, right? They always somehow know who this is. The things they use at airport are needed at schools, too. I think that really that's like kind of a last resort, in my opinion. I think that the better way to handle it is you have to look at why, like, school shootings happen. Like, I think there's like probably 10 reasons why they happen. You have things like, for example, obviously irresponsible gun owners as parents. You have probably in some cases lax or gun loopholes in laws. You also have mental health. You have different types of like not having like one shared culture. Like, because we have such a multicultural area, I think
this is what I really like about Asman. I think he's fair and reasonable, and I think he tells it how it is. Like, true.
That
you actually hit on the culture thing, which is huge,
right? People become alienated in their own country, and they end up turning crazy. I think that's what happens. There's economic pressures, there's bullying, there's social media psychosis, and you put all of these things together, and you look at the the school shooter fucking pizza here, and there's not one slice, there's like 10. And my point is that every time that a school shooting happens, people want to go and blame Republicans, they want to go and blame Democrats, they want to go and blame like atheists, Muslims, or something like that. But in a lot of these cases, like not all of the cases, but I would say I would say probably 95, if not 99% of all shootings are committed by young men that do not have hot girlfriends. Straight up. If you look at every single one of these guys.
So they're all like, what's his name? Fucking Elliot Rogers? Like, what is... Fashizi, thank you so much for the bits. Thank you so much. Do you guys know about Elliot Rogers? The incel killer? Dude, like his videos, have any of you guys watched his videos? I've seen all of Elliot Rogers' videos. He's like he's the guy who did the shooting in, was it Santa Barbara? Dude, his like videos are just like, he has like, I don't know if they're up. I don't know if you can watch them anymore, but he just has a bunch of videos.
He's Leaflit.
He has videos ranting about how girls don't like him, but they should like him because he's the ideal man. He's the ideal man, and it's unfair that the girls aren't falling for him, but they're falling for a bunch of losers. It's actually incredible. Like the videos are so weird, man.
They are young men that do not have a hot girlfriend. Really?
Saberwolf says entitlement. What did I say was the problem with society? What did I say was the number one problem in society, Saber? Entitlement. It's the number one problem. I've been saying that the whole fucking time.
Think about it. And so, and they never had a hot girlfriend ever. Exactly.
Andy Major Man says, hi, big fan of the YouTube videos. Thank you so much, Andy. Thank you. Thank you.
Think of incels here? Not necessarily, no. But I think that it's not totally unrelated. But I think that you should talk about this. You should talk about this. All of these guys, even the gang members, even these guys that are in gangs, like inner city Chicago gangs, do you think that they have a hot girlfriend? Probably fucking not. They probably broke as hell. And so that's the thing. And so, big surprise, they fucking hate that. Well, at least one or two cases.
Oh my God. He's a genius. So it's women's fault for not being hot enough. Damn. That's fucking deep, bro. That's deep.
And where that wasn't the case, but for the most part, that's true. Everything is always for the most part. Like, you're never going to have something that's 100% certain. But in my opinion, people like that get alienated, isolated, removed from society. And then whenever that happens long enough, then they want to destroy society. It's pretty fucking simple. It's easy to understand why somebody would think this. Doesn't mean that you're agreeing with it, by the way. It just means that you can see how a person's train of thought led them to that conclusion. So yes, people are pointing out outliers. Yeah, people point out outliers because it makes them feel smart.
But okay, so if it's women's fault for not being hot enough, but wouldn't that still be the men's fault because we live in that patriarchy and men have the power of force and have the power to enforce? Men have the power of pure monopoly on violence via force doctrine. So isn't that men's fault for not enforcing it since the beginning, since the dawn of time?
But you're gonna watch Trump's rally? No, I don't give a fuck. I'll watch the highlight at some point.
Hunter, thank you for the bits. Thank
extra
you.
Security in schools is gonna help it continue. It'll happen, but it'll be less frequent. It sucks, but the moral decline is insane. It is, and the moral decline is massive. Like,
so because you can't force natural beauty. Okay, so obviously, so the play here is we're spending too much on welfare and on food. We need to spend money instead on plastic surgery. That's the answer, guys. I figured it out. We need to cut all social programs and instead do plastic surgery, forced plastic surgery, and that will fix the world because that will fix all the incel men and it'll fix everything.
Good example of this is that you look at the streams, right? Like all the nuisance streamers, these like annoying kids, and like now it's like an entire ecosystem. So yeah, I'd say a lot of them just feel like there's no hope for a decent future. But yeah, do you know what a decent future means?
Hunter, thank you for the bits again. Here's the best way to prevent your bro from becoming a school shooter. If he needs a hot girl, you just become the hot girl. Bro, that's way too 2025, man. That's way too...
means a hot girlfriend. If every guy, I think that men's motivation, if you could 3D print like cat girl, hot girlfriends that will make you food, I think that men's motivation to improve the world would go, it would be zero. Like there would be maybe like 3 guys that are gay that are like, all right, I guess we could maybe try to cure cancer. Yeah, let's see what we can do. And then everybody else is like, no, I'm bored. Not gonna do that. It takes too long. Yes, I can't stand the cat girl shit. I'm just making jokes, right? But my point, I think it's
I'm not joking. Yeah, we should do it. What? Yeah, cat girl. Well, why not? What's wrong with cat girls?
True though is that whenever that is a big reason that motivates
force plastic surgery on homeless people to make them hot, and then people will pay attention.
It's men to acquire resources and to improve their lives. It's to attract a girlfriend, right? That's the main thing, I think. Now, not for everybody and not always, but there's like a fucking, I'd say like 95% correlation here, right? And so, yeah, it's that simple. And someone's got a feeling shirt? Yeah, of course. And it's sad that we'll be like 90 years old whenever humans can actually get that. No, it won't matter because you can just put on like an AI thing in your brain and you'll feel like you're 16 again. It'll be fine. So entire high school tenure was completely focused on
Just
a girl, which I friend zoned at the time, which oh man, my entire high school tenure was completely
just play Moraine and have a hot NPC girlfriend. A hot cat girl NPC girlfriend.
Focused on a girl I was being friend zoned by at the time. Yep.
Or a player hot cat girl girlfriend. If you're feeling a little spicy.
That's what happens. That's life, you know? Like, I get it, man. And I'd say it happens a lot. It happens a lot. And yeah, sometimes that pays off. I mean, look, in my opinion, if you can't be friends with a girl, she's probably like dating her isn't going to work out. Like, if you've got nothing in common that you guys can be friends with and do together, and you just end up fucking, you know, like you're hooking up with this girl because you think she's hot. Like, this is not going to work out long term unless like both of you are gone out of the house like 20 hours of the day.
Yeah.
So that's what you deserve. Exactly. Yeah, that's my advice. There's no common ground. Yeah, exactly. And so it's no fucking sounds okay. Well, I mean, I don't know. I married my best friend. Yeah, I mean, that's the way it should be. You ever look up a hot girl from high school? 9 out of 10 times they're fat with 4 kids from 3 different dudes. Yes. Oh, yes. I know. And it's happened to me. And it's
True
crazy,
and
isn't it? It
real.
really is. But I don't know what else to say.
Man, it didn't actually talk about like the actual, not that much about the actual shooting, but I mean the cultural stuff was pretty good.